So this is a follow-up video regarding why I sold my Ego lawnmower and went back to gas. I got a lot of flack and a lot of hate for it. But as you can see here, I still have an Ego product. I got a 5 amp hour battery as well as a quick charger. It's 650 CFM leaf blower that I really like with another 5 amp hour battery. And then in addition to that, I have an Ego multi-head with a string trimmer. And it's a really good product, really well made. But then I also have the edger attachment, which is also well made, and I also got the Ego hedge trimmer attachment to go along with it. So this is how I start my routine, and this is what got me missing the actual Ego lawnmower. So here's the HRX217 Honda lawnmower. It's very heavy, very clunky, and I'm starting off my day in order to go ahead and start cutting the grass and kind of surveying what I have to do. So right here, this is where the Ego lawnmower shines. It's so lightweight and easy to pull out of the shed compared to this, which is a lot more difficult to do. That's going to be an area where I can definitively say the Ego lawnmower or any electric lawnmower is better than the gas mower. It's lightweight, it's easier to pull out, get together, set up. I mean, I even remember when I needed to pull out the Ego lawnmower and start cutting, it would just take a matter of seconds with very little effort and just easy to do all around. But it's not all that bad, especially with a Honda gas lawnmower. This thing is very easy to start. It's been sitting in my shed for over a week, and look at this. It starts on one pull. Now when it comes to me, I wanted a lawnmower that had really good cut quality, that didn't have to do double cuts, that would get pretty much everything on the first pass. Is if you're a homeowner and you have a 1/4 acre lot, you live in the suburbs or a suburban sort of home, the electric lawnmower is a no-brainer. It's definitely something that you should get. Now, if you are a DIYer and you like to tinker and you like to have the best tool, then that's where things get a little fuzzy. The Ego lawnmower is still a great all-around tool, and probably it is the best electric lawnmower that you can buy. But the thing is, you have to question, is it the best tool that you can buy? If you're looking for some performance, something with a lot of power, something that mulches very well, that cuts very well, hands down, gas typically beats electric. Gas just has the speed. So you see a lot of these marketing campaigns from these electric lawnmower companies like Ego and Ryobi, all these other ones out there, that will say it has gas-like power. And a lot of these electric lawnmowers do have really good torque, but it still isn't the same. Gas typically performs a lot better. Now, these electric lawnmowers are catching up. They're getting really close. We're just not quite there yet. Now, one of the terminologies I get seen thrown around a lot, especially on YouTube, is people love to call the new Ego lawnmower, the twin blade, the Tesla of lawnmowers. And that's where I disagree. Because you know what? I'm a fan of the electric car. I really am. And I really am a fan of Teslas. Now, I don't own one yet, and I hope to own one soon. Teslas outperform gas cars. Teslas are super fast, ridiculously fast. There's lots of videos of Teslas out there beating, supercars at a 1/4 mile because they have that speed. I mean, Teslas are built different. They have huge battery packs that take up, the whole floor of the car almost. And it just has a lot of power and a lot of force that they're able to utilize. But when it comes to these electric lawnmowers, that's where I disagree. Yes, Ego is a great battery powered lawnmower, but it's not the Teslas of lawnmowers, because in order to do that, it needs to be able to outperform and outbeat gas lawnmowers. And that's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping to see that soon. Maybe somebody will invent a lawnmower where the batteries, the lithium ion batteries, are built into the mower itself, that, instead of having a battery pack that you remove, it's just filled with lithium ion batteries, and it's able to move, a heavy, thicker blade at faster speeds that will then definitely outperform a Honda lawnmower. And when it comes to price, especially with the batteries, in my previous video, I had changed my opinion now. I've seen the batteries come down in price. I see the 10 amp hour battery come down in price. It used to be $500. That's now $450. And I'm starting to see third-party manufacturers produce batteries for the Ego lawnmowers, or just the whole Ego product lineup. So when it comes to long-term use and cost in the long run, hands down, battery powered lawnmower, especially this Ego, it's going to be cheaper to own this than a gas operated lawnmower. And that's why I adamantly think if you're just a regular homeowner and you don't want to tinker with gas, like, I'm doing right here, tinkering out with a gas lawnmower and having to deal with carburetors and cleaning up spark plugs and fuel filters and stabilizing your gas and doing all this maintenance. If this puts you off right here, then definitely go with the Ego. But if you're like me, if you like to tinker, if you're a DIYer and messing around with lawnmowers does not scare you, then maybe it's worth sticking with a gas lawnmower, especially if you're looking for performance. But by all means, if you are a homeowner, this is probably the best way to go. I mean, here's a very specific area where I personally miss the Ego lawnmower. Trying to use my lawnmower to cut around this swing set. This is clunky, heavy lawnmower. With the Ego lawnmower, it was just such maneuverable. The ball bearing wheels, you easily just use one arm and maneuver this around any obstacle. It was just easy to use. And that's where any electric lawnmower outperforms, gas. But I'm the type of individual that I like the best of the best. And, even though this is a gas lawnmower, I don't mind it at all. I've gotten to know how to clean the air filter, use a fuel shutoff valve and spark plugs and change my oil. And, this is a very reliable engine. It's top-notch, high-quality Honda engine. And then I even added a tachometer to it, so I'm able to tell how many RPMs I'm running. And this is an advanced feature. This is for the type of DIY or do-it-yourself type of person who just likes to tinker with stuff. You can't do that with an electric lawnmower. With these gas lawnmowers, if something goes wrong, you're able to fix it yourself. Whereas if something goes wrong with your electric lawnmower, you have to warranty it out. You really can't mess around with it and open it. And so far, what I've read online with a lot of reviews recently is the Ego warranty service isn't the best. But here I'm demonstrating how I'm able to use the throttle and throttle down the RPMs of this lawnmower, which this is awesome because then what I'm able to do is when I need to, I can ramp it up and get more speed, more suction, be able to mulch through, heavy grass, which I never have. But in the fall, when I have lots of leaves, especially wet leaves, this is the monster. This is why I still choose this gas lawnmower over the electric. So yes, gas mowers are more expensive. Yes, they're more clunkier, they're heavier, and they are a lot more high maintenance than an electric lawnmower. But at the end of the day, they perform way better than electric. The Ego lawnmower really could not mulch wet leaves, whereas this Honda lawnmower can obliterate it very easily. So here's an advanced feature that you're unable to do with the Ego electric lawnmower. I have my height adjuster set so that my right side is higher than my left side. As you can tell, my grass is on a hill and it's edged, and while cutting my grass right up against the sidewalk like this, if I was unable to adjust a different side, it would literally scalp my lawn. And here during the spring of 2021, my lawn was just full of cicadas that were coming out. So using this lawnmower with a lot of suction I have, you can kind of see me zooming in. There's a lot of these carcasses, a lot of these cicadas coming up, and this thing went over it and just got rid of them. But here, the spring of 2021, while I'm getting invaded by all these cicadas coming up, Ego is here to save the day. I love their 650 CFM leaf blower. I use this 2 to 3 times a day. I can only imagine if I had a gas leaf blower, it would suck using it this many times. You know what? I'm a real big fan of the Ego lineup. I love their edger and string trimmer as well too. I'm able to edge and trim my entire driveway and sidewalk. As you can tell, my sidewalk is nice and edged, but my neighbors leaves a lot to be desired. So I guess at the end of the day, what I'm really saying is yes, the Ego lawnmower is probably the best tool. But in my very specific situation, if you're like the type of individual like myself, a DIY, or you want the best tool, this is probably the best tool you can buy. If you're just a regular homeowner and you like zero maintenance, lightweight, maneuverable lawnmower, this is it. Honestly, now that I've had time to use my other lawnmower, there's points that I really genuinely do miss this Ego lawnmower. At the end of the day, I still am happy with the Honda because it just outperforms it. But this thing is just so easy to use. I was just in and out. You can quickly get it started, clean, and discharge it, and just not have to worry about it. And honestly, that's pretty cool. And I'm really just doing this as a follow-up video. My previous video when I said why I went from electric back to gas, I got a lot of hate, a lot of comments calling me an idiot, stupid for going back to gas, that gas is more expensive than electric, and that's true. A lot of those comments are true, but one thing that really comes down to it is just I just want the best performance, and if you're looking for best performance, definitely go with gas or stick with gas. If you want everything else, ease of use, this is it. This is honestly the best lawnmower that you can buy right now. Hopefully that's helpful for the folks out there. Thank you.